Okay, so let's have this topic. So dividing polynomials using synthetic division. So when dividing a polynomials using synthetic division, these are the steps. So first, we need to check the exponents of the dividend if complete. Since this one is the dividend and the exponents, we have 3, 2, 1, and a constant. Since the exponent of this dividend are complete, so therefore we can arrange now the exponents of the dividend in descending order. Since on this given, the exponents are in descending order, so we can take now all the numerical coefficient of the dividend. So for the first term, the numerical coefficient, that's positive 3. For the second term, so the numerical coefficient, that's positive 1. For this term, that's negative 22. For this term, negative 24. Then get the opposite sign of the second term in the divisor. Since this one is the divisor and the second term is positive 2, so we need to take the opposite sign. So therefore, this one is negative 2. So to do now the synthetic division, so first we need to bring down this first term, that's positive 3. Then multiply this number to this number, so positive 3 times negative 2, that's negative 6. Then add these two numbers, so we have positive 1 plus negative 6, that's negative 5. Then multiply this negative 5 to negative 2. So negative 5 times negative 2, that's positive 10. Then add these two numbers. So negative 22 plus 10, that's negative 12. Then multiply this negative 12 to negative 2. So negative 12 times negative 2, that's positive 24. Then add these two numbers. So negative 24 plus 24, this one is 0. Then since the highest exponent of the dividend is x to the power 3, so therefore for the final answer, minus 1 for this exponent. So this one is x to the power 2, this one is x, then the constant and the remainder. So the quotient now of these polynomials, we have 3x to the power 2, then minus 5x, minus the constant, that's 12, since the remainder is 0. So this is now the quotient of these polynomials. So we have 3x squared minus 5x minus 12. Then for this given, so again, we need to check the exponents of the dividend if complete. So we have this 4, 2, x, and a constant. So therefore, on this given, we need to add this x to the power 3. So arrange now the exponents of the dividend in descending order. So start with the highest exponent, so we have x to the power 4, then plus this x to the power 3, since we need to add x to the power 3, so therefore the numerical coefficient is 0, then x to the power 3. Then this negative 23x to the power 2, then negative 8x, and the constant, that's positive 21. Then after arranging the exponent of the dividend in descending order, so this time we can take now all the numerical coefficient of the dividend. So for the first term, the numerical coefficient is 1. For this term, we have 0. For this term, that's negative 23. For this term, that's negative 8. And for this term, that's positive 21. Then get the opposite sign of the second term in the divisor. Since this one is the divisor and the second term is -5, so we need to get the opposite sign. So therefore, this one is +5. So to do now the synthetic division, so first, we need to bring down the first term, then multiply this number to this number. So 1 times 5, this one is +5. Then add these two numbers, so 0 plus 5, this one is +5. Then multiply this 5 to this +5. So 5 times 5, this one is +25. Then add these two numbers, so -23 plus 25, that's +2. Then multiply this +2 to +5, so 2 times 5, this one is 10. Then add these numbers, so -8 plus 10, this one is +2. Then multiply this +2 to 5, so 2 times 5, this one is +10. Then add these two numbers, so +21 and +10, that's +31. Since in the given, the highest exponent of the dividend is x to the power 4. So therefore, for the final answer, -1 for the exponent, so this one is x to the power 3, x to the power 2, x, the constant, and the remainder. So the quotient now of these polynomials, so we have 1 x to the power 3 or x to the power 3, then +5x to the power 2, so plus 5x to the power 2. Then we have this 2x, so +2x, and a constant, that's +2. And for the remainder, since +31, so plus 31 then over the divisor, x minus 5. So this is now the quotient of these polynomials.